It's Monday and we're back with a fantastic guest chef, Dan Lee, and he's making
pork and prawn dumplings, also known as siu mai. So traditional Cantonese dumplings, which my auntie showed me. We're going to do the traditional way. Then we're also going to do it wrapped in a dumpling pastry, so you can boil these ones if you don't have a bamboo steamer, but it'll all come apparent when we get going.
Amazing. Let's get it.
So first up, we got dried shiitake mushrooms.
Yeah, nice.
They're going to go in the bowl, and separate we've got wood ear mushrooms, which is also sold as black fungus in the Chinese supermarket. So what we're going to do is get both of those soaking in boiling water for 20 minutes. Shall I pour?
You shall pour, yeah.
Okay.
In our stunning KitchenAid kettle, may I add. So for those at home, where would you get these ingredients?
So at home, dry shiitakes
Yeah.
and wood ear or black fungus you can
Nice.
get in Chinese supermarkets.
Yeah.
But the thing with this recipe is if you can only get fresh shiitakes or different types of mushrooms, that's absolutely fine. It's whatever you like to put in a dumpling.
20 minutes has passed.
Just like that. We've got our soaked shiitake mushrooms and our soaked wood ear, so they really come out quite well.
They look mental.
Yeah.
Looks like seaweed.
It is. It looks like a seaweed. You can touch it. It works really well as basically kind of like a calamari kind of texture.
Yeah.
So you can actually use that to make a salad. So a bit of chili oil on that, bit of sesame oil, some garlic through it.
Yeah, lovely.
And then just serve it as like a vegan salad.
Yeah,
so it works
amazing.
quite well. We're just going to chop our mushrooms at first.
Yeah.
As small as you can, really.
So the dumpling, is protein's going to be the prawn and the pork.
Yes.
Is there anything else to bind that together, or?
So no, that's it. It's just pork and prawn, and then we've just got the seasonings, the mushrooms, a bit of ginger, and a bit of spring onion.
Nice.
As said, you can add bits. You can add a little bit of corn flour. That normally helps to bind it. But I kind of like the raw texture of it. So when you normally make these dumplings, you can actually put in a KitchenAid with a paddle attachment and beat
nice.
it into a paste. But I don't really like that texture. I like something a bit more, what would you call it?
Chunky.
Chunky, a bit chunky.
You're in the right place for that. Is it traditionally these flavours, or is this something that you like you personally?
I'd say this is the traditional one, definitely.
Right, yeah,
so
yeah.
what we're going to do, we're going to cut up the prawns. Sometimes the prawns are left in whole. But as I
Right.
said, when you go to a Chinese restaurant, you'll always see siu mai on the menu, which
Yeah.
is pork and prawn
How'd you
dumplings.
say?
Siu mai.
Siu mai.
Well, I'm saying it now. I could be pronouncing it completely wrong.
Siu mai.
Siu mai. So it's they're Cantonese dumplings, part
Yeah.
of a traditional dim sum kind of vibe.
Yeah, amazing.
But you can, like they're doing with beef and spring onions. Obviously, beef and spring onion work really well. It's just whatever you want. You don't like shellfish, leave them out. It's mix and match.
Yeah,
but I'd say
nice.
this is the most traditional one because my auntie showed it me, and you don't argue with your auntie.
Yeah, understood.
So next up, we're going to get ginger.
Yeah.
So in total, we want about a tablespoon of like grated ginger or finely chopped ginger. I said you can grate ginger. I'm going to chop it because I'm a chef and I'm meant to.
So what have you been up to since you won?
Standing in a dark room, crying, like
Yeah.
like all different bits. So a lot of pop-ups.
Yeah, nice.
We've
We've
done some together. Came and jumped about.
Don't talk about Cornwall.
Yeah, Cornwall is never to be spoken of again. But yeah, no, so I've been doing the pop-up, still a bit of private dining,
Yeah, nice
just random events that just wouldn't pop up normally.
Yeah.
So here, there and everywhere.
I've just had more people to talk to.
Yeah.
It's pretty
That's
much
it.
all that's happening.
Made a lot more friends.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it though. As I said, the aim's still like restaurant, street food truck, and that's definitely what I've started talking about and aiming towards now.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, I'm still doing the pop-ups this year. Finished off with the pop-ups events. So
Yeah, nice,
seeing how it
man.
goes. What have you been up to?
More of this, mate. Trying to sort of show people what we've learned, get people in, and sort of invite people into my sort of world and circle, and do you know what I mean? And get people that are get good people in and get them cooking and sort of have a little bit of a laugh, I think.
Yeah, nice.
Try
Would you
to.
say MasterChef has changed your life?
These lot wouldn't be here, do you know what I mean, if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, very true.
The 2 or 3 people watching.
We wouldn't be here.
No,
to
we
be honest,
wouldn't be
we're probably the 2 people watching this back right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right, so
Yeah,
I've chopped the ginger nice and
Yep.
small, and I'm just going to do exactly the same with the spring onion.
Amazing.
Get that chopped up, nice and small.
And you wouldn't just bang all this in a mincer if you had one? Or is that a bit of a cop-out?
It's not a cop-out, you can do it. As I said, like
Yeah.
sometimes when you get it, it's a bit more like a paste than like an
Yeah.
actual thing. But like, I think it's a labour of love. You know,
Yeah.
you chop it down, do it all yourself, do it all by hand. If I put it all in a food processor, I guarantee my auntie would like slap me across the face. She probably won't watch this because she'll be disgusted by it.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So traditional dipping sauce for a dumpling, what have we got sort of going on with that?
Siu mai, they can be just on their own or served with a nice bit of soy sauce. So one that works well, there's a dumpling called xiao long bao. Xiao long bao is a soup dumpling, so there's actually soup inside, and they serve it with black Chinese vinegar, soy
Nice.
sauce, and julienne ginger in.
Yeah,
I
amazing.
really like that, so
Yeah,
I
amazing.
like to use that with this. And also crispy chili oil. Crispy chili oil
Yeah.
you can make yourself, or you
Yeah.
can buy it now. There's
Yeah,
that
man.
old Taiwanese woman on a jar.
Right.
That it's just banging.
Yeah.
I can say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you can.
Yeah,
I can't.
Next up, we've got prawns. These
Yep.
are just tiger prawns, peeled, deveined.
Yeah,
I'm
nice.
just going to cut them in half. Now, as I said, normally you can go into like a paste with these, but I like to keep them fairly chunky so it's got texture through.
How far in advance can you make this mix?
You can store these dumplings, they freeze.
Right.
So you can make a huge mix and then basically freeze them, and when you want, they'll cook from frozen.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so everyone loves a good dumpling.
It's really popular nowadays.
It's become more popular, and it's not just Asian cuisine. I'd say what's happening now is that traditional Asian cuisine is becoming a lot more
Yeah.
prominent, whereas we're used to Chinese takeaways where they adapted to a Western palate.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Tastes great, but
Yeah.
it's full of grease, it's full of fat, and that's
Sugar.
not what Chinese.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not what Chinese food's about.
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna start mixing up.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so got our pork mince in the bowl there.
Yeah.
Gonna bang the prawns in. Fair bit of texture to them still. Ginger and spring onion, throw it in.
And the pork mince, are you looking for like fat percentage on pork mince? Is
You
there like a
can.
10%, 5%
Yeah,
thing?
so
Or
we're using 12% today.
Right,
I'd
yeah.
actually like to use a bit of a higher fat content if I could.
I'm happy now that all the traditional stuff is coming through, as you said, and you're shining light on what actually goes on,
Yeah.
not what's easy to sell.
You look at
Yeah.
it from like someone opening a business, a
Yeah.
Chinese takeaway, what's going to sell? It's
Yeah,
not going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
chicken feet and stuff. It's going to
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
sweet and sour pork,
Yeah,
salt and
man.
chili chicken wings, like
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
I love it.
You just basically listed my whole order.
All right, so now we've got all our chopped ingredients. We're going to go sugar, Shaoxing rice wine, 1 tablespoon of that, fish sauce instead of salt.
Yep.
It doesn't smell great, but once it cooks out,
Yeah.
like, it's just incredible. Next up, my special soy sauce.
Yeah.
2 tablespoons of that. And next up, we've got ground white pepper.
Quite a lot.
Yeah,
My nan loved white pepper.
yeah.
Made her cough. If she didn't cough when she was eating her dinner, there wasn't enough on there.
My nan was obsessed with white pepper. As soon as you said that, it kind of clicked in. Must have been a thing. So we're going to mix and then build.
If you got
So-
big pub hands like these, is that still going to be all right?
Yeah, it
or-
works perfectly.
Right, okay.
You know what to say about big hands?
Yeah,
Big
big heart.
dumplings. I was going to say big dumplings, but yeah, you
Wow.
did. Give my hands a quick wash, and then we're going to build. We're going to start with wonton, the traditional ones. Little square wonton pastries.
Yep.
Bit of water just around the edges. It's just going to help it stick together a little bit better. We're going to get a bit of the mix. Place it into the centre as best you can. And as I said, these, you're not looking for like a fine finish or anything like that.
Yeah.
Flatten it down. You still got the little few flaps on the side. That's
Yeah.
absolutely fine. So we're just going to mould it into our shape.
Right, okay.
Stick to water. You're going to get a flat base.
Yeah.
And it just goes down like that.
You think it's a bit mental how people go a little bit over the top with the shaping of these? It's meant to be a rustic thing, right?
It is, you know, it's like quick, one bite, you eat it. If you want to make it look really pretty and everything,
Yeah.
like there's no harm in it at all. But for me, focus on the flavour. I think I've weighed it before. I think 22 grams kind of hits the spot
Yeah.
for one of these. But like, if you want them more full, you can go
It's a
for
very,
it.
it's a very accurate guess.
Yeah. Roughly 22.7 grams.
And then these would be frozen when they're at this stage.
At this stage, they get frozen.
Yeah,
So you
nice.
do them in layers, baking parchment in between each layer,
Yeah.
put them in the freezer, and when you want a couple, take them out. Now they're circle ones.
Yeah.
The exact same procedure. So
Yeah.
you're going to make a little cup in your hand. Water's going to go around the outside, and that's going to act as essentially your glue. You're going to get a bit of your mix, and you're going to make it into like almost like a rugby shaped ball.
So you're pre-molding this.
Yeah, and then your little rugby ball
Yeah.
goes in, push it down. You're going to seal a side, and you're going to fold one side over like that, then that side, and that side, and that side, and like use your finger to keep the filling pushed down. If it overflows, do not worry. If you've got a bit extra, you can basically just squeeze it out when you get
Pinch
to the
it
end.
off at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah, there you go. There you sealed dumplings. And again, when you get to this stage, this is when you freeze them.
Seems like something you could do quite nicely with a mate or on a date or sort of like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, great date idea. Go and
Yeah.
make dumplings together,
Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
then
for
enjoy them
sure.
after.
I hope you're hungry, Gabby.
Dumplings with friends. Right, so we've got our water boiling. We've got
Yep.
a bit of parchment paper in our bamboo steamer.
Yep.
And we're going to go with the seal mai first.
Yep.
Don't put them too close together.
Okay.
I'll never forget one experience in a Chinese restaurant. They came out because they served them in the steamer bowls.
Right.
They'd put them all together and the centre was raw still.
Really?
That was a restaurant as well.
Yeah. Not good.
No.
We'll get that in a Dan Lee street food truck. So if you don't have a steamer at home,
Yes.
you'd go towards this one.
Yeah, so if you don't have a steamer at home,
Yeah.
I'd go for the closed dumplings, and we're just going to boil these in water. We're literally just going to drop them in. You don't want to overcrowd the pan because
Yeah.
they'll stick together.
Yeah.
If your water's not rolling boil, they're going to stick to the bottom.
Right, okay, fine.
On top, 10-minute timer. That's the siomai done.
Okay, it's fine.
Hey Google, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes, and that's starting now.
See you in 10 minutes. 10 minutes has passed.
10 minutes has passed.
Yeah.
And we're going to open up our dumplings now.
Yeah,
So,
amazing.
as you can see,
Yeah,
nicely
stunning.
cooked. Now we're just
Yeah.
going to take these out and then we're just going to plate these up.
Yeah,
So normally
amazing.
you can finish these with bits of like salmon roe on top.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
we're just going to go spring onion,
Okay, cool.
low cost.
I'll tell you what, that looks really nice.
Dipping sauce for that, we've got the crispy chili oil,
Yeah.
and then we've got ginger with soy sauce.
That looks stunning. So this is the siomai
Yeah,
and dumpling.
yeah.
Amazing.
So both pork and prawn, same
Yeah.
filling, just slightly differently done.
Cool. So we've got the dry mushroom in there, the ginger, the spring onion in the mix with the prawn.
Shouting rice wine, fish sauce, soy sauce, sugar, white pepper,
Yeah, amazing.
and there's your seasoning, all
Yeah,
done.
stunning.
All right.
Let's eat. Cool. Done.